Roper'S 12 activities of daily living. Why you need to be aware of them during the Osce. Before approaching the Osce, you should be familiar with the Roper'S 12 activities of daily living, that are commonly referred to as ADLs. ADLs activities are defined as the things we normally do, such as feeding ourselves, homemaking, bathing, working, and communicating. A patient's ability to perform their daily self-care activities is often used as a measurement of the functional status of a person and the level of nursing intervention they may require in order to maintain their safety. ADLs are central to the Osce because they encompass the importance of holistic care and enable the nurse to support the patient with their mental, physical, cognitive, behavioral, social, and spiritual needs. In the Osce, you need to consider any problem the patient has in completing these ADLs, and then look to provide the minimum amount of nursing assistance required to maintain patient safety, whilst encouraging the patient to be as independent as possible. So, what are the 12 activities of daily living? Number 1. Maintaining a safe environment. This means considering the physical, psychological, and sociological aspects of a safe environment for a patient, thinking about whether there is anything physically, mentally, or socially that may challenge them. Number 2. Communication. Is the patient able to express themselves freely, or do they need some assistance communicating? Number 3. Breathing. Is there anything stopping the patient breathing as they should? For example, pain, asthma, or anxiety? Number 4. Eating and drinking. Consider not only the ability of the individual to feed themselves physically, i.e., can they swallow, but also the process, can they shop for themselves, and the nutritional value of the food they take in. And don't forget about fluids. If the patient has a challenge with eating or drinking, you may want to consider using the MUST tool and fluid balance charts in their care planning. Number 5. Elimination. Is the patient's diet or fluid intake affecting their urination and/or bowel movements? If so, fluid balance monitoring should be a key form of assessment. Number 6. Washing and dressing. Are there physical or biological factors that may impact on the patient's ability to wash and dress themselves? Do they need additional assistance, or perhaps have a need for specialist equipment? Number 7. Expressing spirituality. Religion and ethnic origin of the patient will be on the first page of the admission booklet. It is very important from a holistic care perspective and may impact on their dietary needs, personal care, and dress preferences. Number 8. Controlling temperature. Is there anything that would stop a patient maintaining a constant body temperature? Number 9. Mobilizing. What is the level of mobility the patient has, and do they need assistance when moving? This is something you can question in your interactions with the patient and consider in your care planning. Mobilizing could present itself as a challenge in various scenarios, such as low blood pressure, pain, joint issues, or breathing. And awareness of these challenges throughout the AP stations can help to demonstrate greater knowledge and skill. Number 10. Working and playing. Work and play forms a significant part of a patient's ability to gain purpose and satisfaction from life. Is there anything about the patient's condition that is likely to impact on this ADL? Number 11. Sleeping. Is there any factor of the patient's condition that may reduce the likelihood of achieving an optimal state of sleep. Number 12. Expressing sexuality. Is there anything that may impact on the patient's ability to express their sexuality as a reflection of their personality and behavior? Number 13. Death. This ADL is not commonly touched upon in the Osce, but you should be prepared to talk with a patient about preparing for death if required, and feel confident talking with them about their choices around the process. For example, do not resuscitate instructions and offering them a visit by the hospital chaplain. The issue of bereavement could present itself in a scenario such as an ectopic pregnancy, or you may have a patient who is very anxious and worried that they are going to die. Consider how you would deal with these situations effectively. Be sure to familiarize yourself with these ADLs and how various ailments can impact on each one. Understanding how ill health impacts on an individual holistically is central to everything that you do in the Osce.